What's up everybody, Nate here from Out of the Basement, bringing you a brand new action figure review. Today from Star Wars The Black Series, we are taking a look at Season 1 MIGS MAYFELD from The Mandalorian. Finally, the figure we've all been waiting for, at least for MIGS. We did get the classic easy reuse route with the tank driver disguise version. And so now, in typical Hasbro fashion, it is time for the figure that we all actually wanted, which is, of course, his Season 1 look. And I'm super excited to finally have this version of the character. Slowly but surely, it seems like they're building out that prison escape crew from Season 1 of The Mandalorian. I hope they can finish out the team. It'd be really cool to see some of the other characters from that group. But for now, let's focus up on MIGS here. This is in a classic window package here. This is the latest mainline wave of Black Series action figures, which is now just starting to hit a lot of stores here in the United States. We, of course, have the mural art on the side, which looks very nice. We have a bio on the back if you want to pause it and read it now. We also have a nice enlarged shot of the mural art there. He is the 27th figure in the Mandalorian line. Barcode down at the bottom, Black Series logo on the side. Nothing else really going on with the packaging here, so we're not going to waste a whole lot of time. We'll get this figure open, we'll take a look at the accessories, and then MIGS himself. So MIGS actually does come with quite a few accessories. Granted, they're pretty much all the same thing, but we do actually get 4 blasters here, all detailed exactly the same, all sculpted exactly the same. You can see all we get paint-wise is just a little bit of brown on the grip, but they are nicely detailed otherwise and look pretty accurate to what we see in the show. And yeah, you get 4 of them. And we also have MIGS's backpack here, which is almost entirely unpainted. It is really nicely detailed, and you can see it does have the cool articulated arm thing that we saw in the show, so it can go up. You get a point of articulation right here, and the blaster is sculpted in, but it does still have that little bit of brown paint there, which is a nice detail, and I'm glad they didn't forget to paint it. So yeah, for a standard figure, we do get quite a few accessories with MIGS if you're just counting how many there are. But like I said, you know, they are pretty much the same exact thing. So let's take a look at MIGS. All right, and here he is out of the packaging, looking absolutely fantastic. This is another brand new figure from Hasbro. The only thing reused this time around is the head sculpt here, which actually does look slightly better than the original release. I also think it actually is a little bit more matte. But yes, you can see that this costume is pretty accurate to the show. There is almost no paint on the figure itself. But of course, there are some really great textured details to be had. So let's take MIGS off the stand and get a closer look. So up close here, yes, you can see that the head sculpt, starting things out, is the exact same. And even though these figures aren't too far apart in terms of release date, I really think the new MIGS here looks significantly better. The face print is a lot better, especially with the eyes. But yeah, you can see otherwise it is the same head. No big deal though. I think we all pretty much knew that that was coming. And then we also get the awesome costume details here. You could see we have both blasters stored right on his chest in those holsters there, which are nicely detailed and have really nice leathery details to them on the straps and the holster, and even a little bit of silver paint right there. The underneath shirt too has some really nice textured details there as well. Moving down, we also have 2 more holsters for maximum weapon storage, so you can actually put all of the blasters away. Just outside of some sculpted details, not a whole lot of paint going on. The back of the figure is nicely detailed as well, some wrinkles and ruffles and whatnot throughout the sculpt. The backpack seems to be pretty secure in the figure. So far so good, although it does kind of peg in a little strange. You have to peg it through the straps or kind of try and move them out of the way, although it's very hard, but you got to line it up, peg them through the straps and then into the figure. And it seems pretty secure. And you can articulate the blaster, no problem here. So yeah, I think it's safe to say they nailed the details here on Season 1 MIGS. But now let's see how he articulates. We do have a nice double neck peg on MIGS, so he can look up pretty far, and he can look down a decent amount as well. The head does fully rotate around, and you do get plenty of attitude there, so he can sass Mando all he wants. For the shoulders, they do move all the way out, and can rotate all the way around. MIGS does have butterfly joints, but just like Ayla, they are buried deep in the sculpt, but you can see just slightly that they're in there. We do have a single jointed elbow that gives us a little bit more than 90 degrees and does have rotation. And thankfully, we get a trigger finger hand here that rotates around and has a vertical hinge. So perfect for a blaster wielding character. And the other hand as well is also a vertical hinge, perfect for a dual wield blaster holding character. Now, as far as a crunch is concerned, we just get a little bit forward there in typical Black Series fashion and a little bit back as well. And there goes the backpack. We do also have rotation at that upper torso cut. There is nothing down here at the bottom though, unfortunately. And for the legs, they can actually kick all the way out. The holster is a nice soft plastic, so it gets out of the way for both legs. And even when doing the splits, it's loose enough, it's designed well enough that it gets out of the way. Just a little bit of kickback on this MIGS, but we do have thigh swivel, a single jointed knee that gives you just about 90 degrees and swivels. Then of course for the feet, they do actually move down a decent amount, move up very well, and he has ankle pivot. So pretty much standard par for the course for a modern Black Series articulated figure. It's very easy to get him in some really nice dual blaster holding poses. He's also got some really great 1 foot balance as well. And just overall, even in a neutral pose, looks fantastic. So yeah, I think they really nailed this MIGS figure. So now we'll go ahead and wrap the review up with a couple of comparisons. Starting things off, we have the Tank Pilot Disguise MIGS and the Beskar Mando with a John Walker custom head. Then with some episode relevant figures, we have to do a comparison with Q9 and the New Republic security droid. These figures look fantastic together, and I seriously hope we get more from this specific episode. And last with some characters that he doesn't actually meet till season 2, I think, but we've got Cara Dune and of course Boba Fett. So there you have it. Those were my thoughts on the season 1 MIGS MAYFELD here. This is definitely the MIGS you want for your collection. For those of you that skipped out on the tank disguise, here is the figure you've been looking for. But for hardcore fans like me, I have no problem getting both looks for the shelf. I'm simply going to put the helmet on the disguise MIGS, and now he's just an Imperial Trooper. This one is definitely taking that spot in the Mandalorian display for sure, and he looks great. There's really nice details on the figure. The photoreal is significantly better than what we saw on the first time we got MIGS. The articulation is pretty par for the course, and you can get him into plenty of action poses. I really like that you can store all of the blasters on the figure, so yeah, for me, this one is definitely an essential pickup for the shelf, and I would recommend it to everyone else out there as well. He should be pretty easy to get, as it is a mainline non-exclusive figure. And like I said, these are hitting stores now, so you want to get out there and get on the hunt, because you never know, you might get lucky and snag one of these actually in store. So that was my review. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe if you are new. We're always talking about Star Wars The Black Series here on the channel. If you'd like to support us directly, we do offer a channel membership for 99 cents a month. You get access to a custom Clone Trooper name badge and some custom emojis that you can use on our videos and in our live streams, which are every single Sunday at 1 p.m. Central Time. Big thank you and special shout out to our current channel members. Your continued support is truly appreciated, and thank you to everyone else out there for simply watching, liking, and subscribing and all that good stuff. Share this video with your Star Wars figure loving friends. I'm Nate from Out of the Basement, and I will see you next time.